Hello everybody, my name is Mars. You can call me MG if you'd like. And today we have our last video of Vetted 2024. Normally my last video of the year is a list of accomplishments and things that I've achieved throughout the previous year. But I'm gonna be honest with you, 2024 has been pretty rough for me. So I did do a lot of really fun and amazing things. I published more books, I got to meet some writer friends in person for the first time. Really great things had happened. But also, a lot of not so great things have happened this past year. I've kind of just been having a rough time of it for a while, and I'm honestly in no mental space to be looking back on these past several months and trying to sift through everything to pick out all of the good moments that happened. So instead of looking back, we're going to look to the future, and I'm going to go through all of my goals for 2025. I say all of them. I do have like specific things that I want to get done. This is just a list of the more vague things. There's no numbers attached. I don't want to do these things by specific dates. They're just things that I'm hoping to kind of improve upon in my life in 2025. So I have my bullet journal here, all decked out in stickers. I have 8 goals on my list that I'll be talking about, so let's just start with the first one. So first up is a digital and physical declutter. This is something that I try to do every year to varying success. 2025 is going to be my biggest year yet in terms of this. I have several areas, both physical and digital, that I want to declutter, and I've made a list. I'm already ready to start checking things off. It's going to be a lot of work, but my hope is to get this done because it's not like something you can finish in Q1, and that way throughout the rest of the year I'm not so overwhelmed by the amount of stuff in my life, and I can just breathe a little bit easier knowing that the stuff that I do have is stuff that I actually want to keep around. And I will obviously continue to declutter throughout the year, but the bulk of it is going to happen in the earlier portion, I'm hoping, because it just feels like a nice fresh start, My second goal is to spend more time out and about. I am very much a homebody, and I'm okay with that, but, fresh air is good for you, so spending time in nature, also just going out and doing things. I do live in Philadelphia, and being the massive city that it is, there's always a million and one things to do, and things are always changing, and I want to experience more of that, so just leaving the house more often is the crux of this goal. Number 3 is to try more hobbies. I have talked about this a couple of times in videos and on streams, but recently I acquired some crafting supplies from a little mystery grab bag, and so I have earring making supplies and candle making supplies, and there's other stuff that I want to try. Just new creative things that don't have the pressure associated with them like writing does. Not that I'm super pressured about writing, but it is something that I want to make a living off of. I publish my books and I make content about it, so it does have these like exterior motivations for it while I do still write for myself. But I want to try some other things to express my creativity that doesn't have that exterior motivation to it, Then for goal number 4, I want to revive some old habits. Specifically, I have 2 in mind. One is my tarot practice. I've been very good about doing my weekly tarot poll. I've been not good at like doing other spreads randomly throughout the year. I have a tarot journal that I started in January of 2023, so almost 2 full years ago, and I'm like a sixth of the way into it. I want to do more spreads and really delve into my tarot study more in 2025. Similarly, I have a journal that started out as a weekly thing. Basically, there were a whole group of my writer friends that decided we were going to make our own prompts and like alternate who dropped a prompt each week, and then you would fulfill your prompt. And that kind of fell apart, so I then just started using my weekly journal as a brain dump at the start of each week on Mondays, and I fell off with that myself in September-ish, I want to say is the last time I did it. So in 2025, I just want to bring that back because I feel like having that weekly brain dump at the start of each week was just a nice way to clear my mind and really help me figure out what I want to accomplish in that week. So those two things specifically. There are a couple of other things I would like to bring back into my life, but that is where I'm going to start. My fifth goal is a big one, and that is to make progress on projects already started rather than starting new ones. I am kind of famous for starting new projects, which is why my writing projects are about 1,000,000 in number. And this year especially, I started so many new ones, and I've made great progress on them. But in doing so, I've neglected a bunch of previous projects that really do deserve more love and attention, and I've been thinking about them and I want to get back to them. So I'm not saying that there will be 0 new projects in 2025. I'm just saying that my focus is going to be on continuing the things that I've already got going instead of starting new ones. Gonna be a challenge for me, but I'm hoping that I can put my mind to it. The sixth goal is to balance reading and writing content a little bit more. So I have this YouTube channel, and I feel like it's mostly about reading with some writing put in there. I would say maybe I've been balancing a little bit better this year, and I would say it's maybe about a 60-40 split between reading and writing, and I'd really like it to be more 50-50 because they are two things that are intertwined, and I love them both dearly and want to make content about both reading and writing, and I want it to be more of an even split, so that's why I'm trying to balance it out a little bit more. Number 7 and 8 are both reading specific goals. For number 7, I want to finish more series than I start. I've started so many series this year, and I finished some too. I don't have exact numbers for you right now. I am going to go over all of that once I finish my reading journal at the end of the year and go through my stats and stuff. I'm gonna get a head count on that. But like I know I've started way more than I finished, especially because in December alone, I think I've started like 5 or 6 series, and that is a lot. So I want to like finish more than I start, and part of this goal is going to be that I'm going to make a series tracker. It's not going to be anything fancy schmancy. It's going to be a spreadsheet where it's going to have the name of the series and then a checkbox with each book title, and each column is going to be split up where like the first one's going to be for duologies, trilogies, 4-book series, 5-book series, etc., because that just makes sense in my mind. Super simple. And then once I finish the series, I'm not gonna like leave it in the spreadsheet to take up space. I'm just gonna delete it entirely, and that way I can see how many series I'm in the middle of. And I'm very scared to know that number, but like the decluttering, that spreadsheet is a goal for Q1. So hopefully it doesn't take me 1,000,000 years to get that going, because I have a feeling it's going to be a very large spreadsheet. But the 8th and final goal is to read more manga. This year I had a lot of good manga reads, especially in the beginning of the year. I read Noragami and Monster and Dorohedoro, and I loved those series so much, but then about 4, 5, 6 months into the year, I kind of just stopped reading manga. I read a handful of volumes here and there, but I didn't really delve into any series. I love a good series binge when it comes to manga, where I just read the whole thing front to back, and I just stopped doing that, and I'm really sad about it, so I want to kind of get back into that in 2025 and read more manga again. So those are the 8 main goals that I have for the new year. Of course, I have more specific things that I want to get done throughout the year, but these are more of the like bigger, vaguer focuses, I guess, for the new year. Let me know down in the comments if you want to share any of your 2025 goals and we can cheer each other on. But for now, we've come to the end of this video and therefore the end of Vetted. It's been another year and I am already dreading, but also looking forward to Vetted 2025 because I know I want to do it again because it's always a lot of work but a lot of fun. But yes, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I will see you guys in the next one in the new year. Bye, everyone.